Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC podcast, brought to you by REC Comics and Collectibles. I'm your host, Roman Chavez, and with me, as always,
Eric Icarus.
the Eric Dactyl, as he's known in the streets and in the sheets, ladies. And I think Eric's laughing at the same thing that I'm noticing, is that we look like, what's the word? We look like troubled youth versions of ourselves with your like hood on, my South Pole hoodie that's like 20 years old. Look, guys,
oh yeah, you've had that for a minute.
Still fits, still looks good. Whatever, guys. I'm sorry. You can check us out on Instagram at REC Podcast. You can follow myself at Roman REC Podcast, and you can follow the shop at REC Comics. Come check us out in person, brick and mortar, 7679 North Union Boulevard in Colorado Springs, Colorado. He won't be here doing that. I swear. It's me most of the time. All right. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I need you to riff for a second. I have to get you something. Go ahead.
Sounds good. Yeah, we took a couple of weeks off. We just been putting a lot of time into the business and getting ready. We got a lot of cool things coming down the pipe, kids. And just be ready, and we will be dazzling y'all. It's going to be spectacular.
Yeah, well, tell them why we're getting stuff ready.
You ready? You want me to go for it?
Yeah.
Well, kids, December 11th.
We're going to be doing a con. We did a con in June.
We did.
And it's the Colorado Springs Comic and Toy Convention. It's a local con. There's going to be a lot of, local vendors, local people shipping or selling. And we are also going to be there. We will have a table. Your boy Eric, your boy Roman, in the REC podcast with REC Comics, selling and slanging and all of that stuff. So come by, say hi, and let's get some deals.
That's right.
Eric.
Dealing and dealing, hustling and flowing.
Our friend, our mutual friend here now, Carter, brought this by for you.
Oh my God!
Because he says why this has got to be for the Eric Dactyl. Is a picture of Sauron.
Oh my God, I love you, man.
So,
thanks, dude.
yeah,
we were joking about this on Facebook.
Yeah, he brought that by for you, and I said I was going to give it to you on the show. So, yeah.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that, man. That's killer, dude.
Guys, we're not gonna give you any more information on it. It's just it is, and
that's it. I guess I'm the Eric Dactyl.
I guess so. It's official now.
It's official.
Like Eric said,
appreciate you, homie.
Like he said, we've had a couple weeks off. Been busy, just getting stuff ready, and I just haven't figured out how to run a business and a podcast at the same time. So thank you guys for listening weekly, those of you who do, and we're gonna have some fun stuff for you today. Probably the big news is, and we should talk about this. It's about a week and a half, 2 weeks old now, but
Alec Baldwin.
It is something that we want to discuss because it does link to stuff that we enjoy.
It's pretty crazy.
Like wild stuff that Alec Baldwin, unfortunately, was given a prop gun that fired and killed the director of cinematography or the head cinematographer. Wounded the director. And this young woman lost her life, man. And it's too bad. It's wild. Yeah. There are crazy rules in place to keep this type of thing from happening because of what happened to Brandon Lee on the set of The Crow, which is one of our favorite movies of all time, definitely in the comic genre. Yeah. And it was such a wild thing to hear about a big actor dying on the set of a film. To have a big actor being given and I don't even know the logistics of it, if there was an actual live round in it, or if it was just, again, some type of small projectile. I don't know all of the details
I haven't heard any of the details either.
It's just wild, man. I mean...
because apparently Alec Baldwin didn't even, pull the trigger. It just, he picked it up and it just went off.
Yeah.
So, we can go conspiracy till we're blue in the face, but it's very unfortunate. Yeah. What does this mean for guns and prop guns on the set of movies?
And that's what people are talking about. There's been a weird, loud minority talking about that maybe they should just remove guns from films. And it's
that's not gonna happen.
However, there is no reason that we have an operating any type of weapon on set if you're not security, I guess. And even then, I think that there's some weird...
Right. I don't see why you don't... They can make rubber guns look just like real guns. Yeah. You're not going to be able to tell through the screen.
They're adding flash in post. I mean, maybe
they don't even use rounds anymore, as far as I know.
Maybe they do. I don't know.
Well, that's where we can get into the whole conspiracy thing. Why was there a charge in that gun?
Yeah,
it wasn't supposed to.
There's been a lot of speculation going on that front, but it is very odd. I mean, not to mention, Brandon Lee died on the set of a film, but to have a guy who's quasi like Hollywood royalty, like what it is to be new old Hollywood in Alec Baldwin. Does this movie ever see the light of day? Does he? I mean, do we ever look at him the same way? That's pretty wild.
I mean, I think what's crazy to me is I feel like people are feeling worse for Alec Baldwin.
Well,
I mean, because obviously he's devastated, but I don't hear a lot of people talking about the young woman he shot or the director he wounded. It's all. Alec Baldwin's holding up okay. Yeah. I get it. I understand why, but if we're gonna be talking about this, we need to bring more light onto what had happened to this unfortunate person.
Or are you happy if you're the family that the light is focused on Alec Baldwin and not you and your tragedy?
Sure, but maybe they want to raise awareness afterwards, I guess. I mean, I don't know. This is a slippery slope here. But if I will say, if you're gonna get shot by any Baldwin, at least it was Alec.
Yeah, at least your career was going in the right direction on an Alec Baldwin movie than a Billy Baldwin or something.
Exactly.
You're a terrible person, Eric. I can't believe you would lure me into trying to make jokes about this. God. Anyway, it's wild, man. I can't believe that something like this would happen in modern Hollywood. Well, it was like
Hollywood. A Western movie too.
A Western movie, yeah, and I guess he was like dressed up like a cowboy too. I mean, could you imagine? Somebody tells you somebody comes up to you in the street and says,
"Shouldn't he be playing Gunslinger Spawn?"
I know how you're going to die, but don't worry, it's Alec Baldwin.
It's Alec. I can sleep a little better at night.
We're the worst kind of people, kids. We're gonna move on. Hot trailer dropped this week. And hot.
Yeah.
Okay. The Morbius trailer, kids. Sony's Morbius. I don't know. I expected something to happen there. I don't know what. We didn't discuss it. So. But Jared Leto's much anticipated.
Oh yeah, over 2 years in the making.
Yeah, I mean, I've wanted to see this more than I want to see that Venom 2 Hot Garbo, which I haven't seen, so I can't really say anything about it.
It's so bad. I watched it.
But this new you watched it? Well, we should talk about that too.
So bad.
Well, let's go there first, guys. Let's get the spoilers, kids. I don't need to know everything. Just let me know how it was. Okay, you said it was garbage.
Go. Okay. It's a retread of the first. Woody Harrelson is the best part of it as Cletus Cassidy. He's barely in it. You know what I mean? He's not in it as much as you think. Trying to think, it was very forgettable. Like I said, it's just a retread of the first one. You just get a little carnage in there. It's so bad. I want to tell you more specifics, but literally watch the first one and just pretend Woody Harrelson's in scenes. That's all you're getting from it. I'm not kidding.
I heard, and spoilers, kids, and you can... The one thing that a lot of people don't seem to realize about Carnage is that he is the perfect symbiote.
Sure.
Carnage and Cletus, they are completely like we are. They're completely one.
Right.
And it sounded like in this movie that there was a lot of like they shouldn't be talking back and forth because they are
and they were.
Okay.
And it's stupid how he transplants the symbiote to Cletus. It's he's interviewing Eddie Brock is interviewing Cletus in the cell, and he says something to get him upset, and then Cletus bites Eddie Brock. And then that's how he gets the symbiote in him.
I don't mind that, actually. Maybe it didn't look cool, but
it didn't execute
well, because tell me, do you remember how he got it?
Yeah, they were sharing a cell.
Okay.
Yeah, which I think would make more sense. Like Eddie Brock is arrested on some charges.
Yeah, but it just never made sense to me that why would he be arrested? Why would Eddie be arrested and him just not bust out of there as Venom?
Remember, he's trying to be better.
Oh, that's right.
He's like, I want to go on trial. I don't want everyone to think I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's still the bad guy. He's still the lethal protector.
He is.
Sorry, no, that's Alec Baldwin.
No, my God, you did it again. You did it again, guys. Terrible person. So not highly recommended.
No, God, no. Yeah. I mean, we didn't need the first one.
Yeah. How many Aerodactyl eggs would you give it?
None.
No.
It's not worth your time. It's not worth your time.
Fair enough. I'm probably not going to watch it.
Yeah, we really don't. I mean, it's not even cool riffing on it. It's just it's really like watching the first one, but just It's trying to be more. It's trying to be lighter.
But they just started hitting you with the Cletus Cassidy stick instead of the Venom stick.
Right.
Oh.
I wish there was more Cletus Cassidy stick in there.
Dang it.
Yeah, and he's the best part of it. Woody Harrelson plays it so well.
Well,
But,
kids.
I mean, they do leave it open for a third one.
Well, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? I've heard tale, and we won't spoil that, kids. But the reason we started talking about this was because that Morbius trailer dropped.
Yep.
And it had been a minute since the number 2 trailer has gotten me. I didn't care for the Batman trailer. No. This is the second Batman trailer.
Weird, yeah.
Did not care for any of the Carnage stuff that I had seen. The Eternals trailers, I think they look fine, but they're not really giving us much more. But this Morbius trailer, kids, it got me.
Me too.
It really did get me.
Me too.
It made me very excited for. I'm a Jared Leto truther. I enjoy most of his roles, moist of his roles that I've seen him in, and I'm very excited about this. I think he looks cool. I think they're going to give the character some new depth, and
it just raises more questions, though.
It keeps raising more questions.
Like, is this going to be the Sonyverse, or is this going to be the bridge from the Sonyverse to the MCU?
Well, we know now, especially with spoilers, kids, Carnage, that the Sonyverse and the Marvel Universe are going to cross over more. We had seen Michael Keaton in the original teaser. Mm-hmm. We see him again in this.
Yes.
Knowing what we know from Venom versus Carnage, or Venom Carnage, or Venom Let There Be Carnage, Jesus, too many Venom Carnage, it would lay credence that they would be in a similar, if not the same world.
Right.
You like the trailer?
I do enjoy the trailer. Morbius being one of my favorite characters.
Yes.
The living vampire.
Yeah.
Debuts in Amazing Spider-Man 101, if I'm not mistaken. And
oh my gosh, you are correct.
Yeah,
yes. Yep.
Yeah, it's an
6-arm premiere issue in 102, I think.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So.
And a very Kurt Connors heavy issue, too. The Lizard has a lot to do with it, which I love the Lizard, but please don't bring him into this movie. Keep this strictly Morbius. Maybe mention Spider-Man at the end. I want this to be full-on Michael Morbius. Because they are fully going with the science aspect, right?
Yes, okay. Which I dig.
Yeah, me too. I don't want you to bring any of the mysticism into it.
Well, I'm fine if they do.
Down the road, I want this to be the living vampire story. I'm trying to cure a blood disease.
Yeah.
As long as we don't get the plasma suction cups from Spider-Man and animated series.
That was the best.
Because they have real vampires in that cartoon.
So weird. So weird. We've talked about this before on the show, but in the cartoon of Spider-Man the Animated Series in the 90s, you had Morbius, a living vampire, and he had the fangs, he had the dead white skin, but he had little suction cups on his palms, and like he would like hold your wrist, and then you just like pass out.
Yeah, he sucked the plasma out of you.
Like he's doing a blood drive.
He give you a cookie?
Yeah, he give you a cookie and an orange juice, send you on your way. He's a good guy. He's a good guy, that Michael Morbius. But in this, it looks like full-on vampire. Even the kind of vampire kind of takes over at times,
Which is good. I want the ambiguity in this character. Perfect character for Jared Leto.
I think
he can play this. Yeah, I think that he's going to nail this.
Yeah, he wants to be a vampire, And
he does.
I
mean, who does?
Those rock stars do, I think. Yeah, you're right.
Who doesn't?
If you could be, is that of all the mythical creatures, would you be a vampire given the opportunity?
Oh yeah, I'm one now.
Interesting. When we were in middle school, when we were in high school, our wacky dean of students thought that Eric was a practicing vampire, whatever that means. That guy's dead. Who cares?
I sucked his blood.
Oh my God, he was right.
But what's crazy about Morbius? He was actually a lot of kids probably don't know this, but you do. He was supposed to be the villain in Blade 2. Mm-hmm. They actually have like a screenshot, like a test footage.
Yeah,
just like a silhouette of him.
The villain in Blade 2, and then the villain in Spider-Man 4.
Right.
Or at least co-villain in Spider-Man 4.
Right. He was probably meant to have more of a Kurt Connors role.
Yeah.
Like where he's just, Michael Morbius is there, and they set it up for him to be the living vampire. I like I said, I think this is going to be good. This is going to be like the first good Sony outing, in my opinion.
It looks pretty strong
up that way.
It's looking pretty strong.
And you hit the nail on the head. This is the first time I've seen a trailer in a long time where I'm amped.
Yeah, especially like for a comic book movie. Like other than the fact that we saw, a trailer too, because of the Far From or No Way Home trailer
looked okay. I'm more amped about Morbius.
Ooh, hard pass. No way, man. I want to see Doctor Strange, baby. Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, I mean that's all good, but it's only exciting because it exists within the MCU. This is such an amazing original, like
fair
not
enough.
original, but like it's kind of building from the ground up.
This is the first time that I've seen something from Sony that I wasn't like, oh no, oh god, no.
Since the first Spider-Man movie.
Since Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2,
there you
yeah.
go, okay.
I think basically since Spider-Man 3, it's been like, please don't mess this up. Please don't mess this up. And it's been a lot of hot potato action.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think this is going to be good.
Yeah.
I think they've been taking notes. I think since they are, going to bridge over to the MCU.
Yes.
I think they've been getting a lot of Feige notes.
I think so. And I mean, they should be. They should be.
Right. If you're going to be playing in the MCU world, unfortunately, you got to play the game. And it's a fun game to play.
Yeah.
I think Sony can. I think this is the move. You have the darker characters exist in Sony.
Yeah.
This is where maybe you get your Punishers, maybe
Your
they
Marvel
can make
Knights
Marvel
stuff.
Knights.
Yeah.
I think this is where it can make where it can be very good.
Yeah.
And they can cross over into the MCU, have a little fun there. But yeah, I think this is where we get dark. I'm excited.
I would be into that. We're going to be getting. I think we're going to be getting more dark stuff from just the MCU in general.
For sure.
With Moon Knight, with Blade,
With the new Doctor Strange.
With the new Doctor Strange. Like I think we're going to start seeing these the parental controls being released a little bit.
Sure.
I do think we're going to hit a bit of a snag because just as you are worried about Eternals, the early reviews are not strong. But I'm
not excited, but I was right.
But it just sounds like because people just don't know what they're supposed to be excited about.
This is what happened.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Lay it on me.
So the shutdown, people, pre-COVID, Marvel could throw anything at you and you would be stoked. Shutdown happens, no one goes to the movies anymore. You forget Eternals is even a thing.
Yeah.
We forgot Black Widow was a thing.
It's true.
And it makes me sad, and it's such a good movie. I wanted to see it in the theater so bad.
Yeah.
And we didn't. I don't think you did. Did you?
No,
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Such a great movie. Eternals very I think Marvel was really gambling on this phase 4. This was like, okay, we are going to do some odd stuff here.
Yeah.
And it's going to stick. It's going to work. We got the momentum from Endgame, and it's going to carry these movies.
To quote Star-Lord, I'm going to do some weird shit.
Yeah. And people, it cooled off.
Yeah.
And now you're throwing this weird stuff at people. I mean, Shang-Chi, great movie, but people just didn't.
Shang-Chi was like when you see Cirque du Soleil.
Sure.
You're blown away, but when you try to describe to people why, you're like, man,
you got to see it.
You got to see it.
And when you try to describe
Endgame,
everyone knows who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the characters in there, so it's easy to describe it.
Oh, here, dude, phase 4 is the phase of new number ones.
I like it.
New number 1 issues. Okay, all new Marvel, all new, all
Pretty
different.
much.
This is the new X-Men. This is the new mutants.
Right. This is Heroes Reborn.
We don't want that. We don't want Heroes Reborn. But we do want. We got to get new people in.
We do. That's fine. I just think it was bad timing. This is just bad timing.
Yeah, I think this is more ramifications from COVID more than It's not you Eternals. It's us really.
Even though I wasn't stoked on it to begin with, I wanted Inhumans.
I think the more and I think that's what this is trying to replace.
No, it's totally trying to take. It is taking the place of the Inhumans. For those who don't know, we've said it a billion times. Inhumans was slated to be a movie like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Again, this could have been like the bridge point from space to Earth, even though we kind of got that in Endgame.
Yeah.
But what a way to test Fantastic Four before doing Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
We could have had so many cool characters. I mean, Trident could have been the new Drax. Lockjaw would have been the new Groot.
I'm very excited for to see a Karnak. Karnak's one of my favorite characters.
Oh, Karnak's awesome.
But I think that if they introduce the Inhumans in Fantastic Four, it'll pay off much
I think
better.
so. We just got to forget about that crappy show that they did.
And the more I think about
exist.
it, I think they just made it because they had to make it for the rights.
So. Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree.
And it made money. They didn't lose a ton. They lost some, but it made some money. So.
Yeah, they were able to retain the name Inhumans.
Exactly, that was worth it.
I really think they did it for the Terrigen Mist. I think they need to use that in something. So okay, we got to use this, or we lose
true.
that.
Yeah.
So because I think that's going to come up. Since we'll be getting mutants sooner than later.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, what a week. What a few crazy crazy weeks here we had.
I know, kids.
We've been getting ready for this, kids. Get ready.
Yes.
I'm plugging the hell out of this. I want to see all your beautiful faces here.
Yeah.
Just come say what's up.
We're going through the shop right now.
Oh, yeah. We're doing work, kids.
We're getting all the stuff ready and priced and everything. We're going to have a cool selection, some cool giveaways. Stay tuned for more of that. And kids, I think that's our show.
Oh, maybe we should do some recommendations real quick.
Recommendation Monorail. Monorail. All right. Go ahead and start it off for us, buddy.
I am going to be recommending this because I'm going to jump right back into it. The new Dark Knight series has been out for... Darkhawk's been out for what? A month?
This is about month 3.
Month 3?
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump back into it. It's honestly, aesthetically, one of my favorite 90s characters.
Totally.
And this is a nice homage to one of the 90s books from back in the day. So I'm excited about this. I
think Ron Lim. Yep, that's a Ron Lim cover.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot about the character, but I do think he looks cool. So I'm gonna try and get into this. You gonna go next?
And then because they're gonna play off each other.
Oh yeah, they are kind of yeah.
So for all you guys who missed out,
that was my first choice.
This is a second printing of Moon Knight #3 from the new series right now. And the reason this is so significant is because we've got the introduction of a new character. This is Hunter's Moon. This is not Moon Knight on the cover. Hunter's Moon shows up saying he's the fist of Kung Fu. And Moon Knight says, not in here. I'm the fist of Kung Fu. So there's going to be a lot of fisting in this one, guys. New characters, new Moon Knight stuff, and dueling fists of Kung Fu. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. That's the Egyptian god who gives apparently more than just one person their abilities.
He, from what I remember, he does that on purpose. He's kind of like, he's very awful. He wants to see them fight over it, pretty much. He's like real. He's just like God.
Yes, there you go.
He wants to see us suffer. For my next choice, I'm really stoked about this because of the cover art and the back art here. After Dark, and it's a horror anthology.
Yes.
What more can you want? And this book's only $7. It's ginormous. Stoked on it. I'm excited to jump right into this. It's cool. Just looks awesome.
And this is the variant cover. Mm-hmm. So only one of those in store, kids.
I grabbed it, but
this is the cover A, and it looks terrifying. And
I'll probably be grabbing this one. I'll leave this for one of you lucky kids.
Yes.
But looks pretty awesome.
And for me, since we missed last week, we do have another horror book. Last week was Halloween, and this was the hot #1, and I still have some copies. So, House of Slaughter.
Yeah.
This is the foil variant. See if I can get you some there. This is the spin-off from the Something is Killing the Children series. It's not going to be worth anything, guys. Not too much more than the cover, but it is going to continue a really fun story, really interesting story. We've talked about Something is Killing the Children a couple times here, and this is more stuff going on. James Tynion IV continuing his saga here. So we got some horror, we got some 90s love, a little 80s love, a little 70s love with Moon Knight.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't want you to know how old he is, but we know, kids.
Oh, yeah, we know.
And that's our show. If you like what we're doing, please hit the subscribe button. Leave us a comment below. Let us know what you guys are reading. If you read any of these books, let us know what you think. If you can't come into the shop, say hi. I'll point you in the right direction of these books. We'll get you read. We'll get you fed, maybe. I don't know. I don't have any food here. Eric, do you have any final thoughts?
Oh, no. Thanks, Carter. You're the man. I am. You know what? I'm going to read this. Joke's on you, man.
Dude.
I'm stoked.
That's
a cool cover. Look how cool that is.
There's a set of covers. These are variants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he and I were looking at them online. I was like, oh, now I got to get the rest of them.
Oh, that's awesome. Sauron's one of my favorites, man.
And then I told him how, shout out to Christopher, how he called you the Eric Dactyl in the store, which was great.
It's catching on.
Yes, it was great. Kids, thank you guys for watching. Yep. Thank you for listening. I've been your host, Roman Chavez.
I'm the Eric Dactyl.
And we will catch you guys on the next podcast.